Now we are live. Just double check this. Now we are. Okay, cool. That's a little bit of a delay, but can't really change much about that. We are live. Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're all doing well. I knew those two chuckle fucks would show up. Sup, Sonic, sup, Chris. How y'all doing? Might be a little loud. Okay, that's loud on my end. I want to check if I've got this set up correctly. I don't. My HID macros is just not wanting to cooperate. Just as a heads up, I've just been having issue after issue after issue with a bunch of shit. And, yeah. Some may be aware of the recent update to, OBS Studio. That's the streaming software that I use. They did a very large update and overhauled a bunch of things, and I tried it out earlier today to see if it works. It didn't. And now I'm kind of floundering trying to get everything set up. So that should be good.
We spent quite some time in Sumeru City, but ever since we last said goodbye to Lesser Lord Kusanali, we haven't heard anything from her. Oh, we can't just
Okay, it was just being fucking weird.
Let's go find Catherine and pick up some work so we can at least keep ourselves busy.
Alright, and quite angled the way I wanted it. Not as high as I want. Probably get a fucking new tripod for my phone. No. That's good enough.
When I don't have much to keep me occupied, old thought patterns start to creep back in and...
Oh.
As soon as I start talking about it, the flashbacks start.
Version 3.1. Let me get myself collected here and I'll be able to get a proper intro in. Alright. Whatever, don't care. Some primo gems and a new pet. Whatever, don't care. So, hello everybody, my name is LF50AD. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you are doing wonderful this fine Tuesday evening or morning, depending on where you're at. Fuck. Already at version 3.1.
Let's go.
Recall it because we always need it.
Ready. Let's go.
Okay. So the character trials, new Archon Quest, new area.
I'm feeling all right today.
Oh, they're saving this entire northwestern section. Huh. Okay. That's kind of interesting. We'll check that out later. I've got a bunch of things ready and waiting for me. So, let's just get this taken care of. I hope you are having a wonderful day today. I know I'm doing pretty good myself, especially since it's update day for Genshin. Always a good day when Genshin updates, bringing brand new content to our wonderful game. New item. Whatever. F4.
Once there was
Once there was fucking nothing to see. Move along now. All. Once again, the levels are still at 900. 3.2 will be the last one. We'll see the Battle Pass levels be 900 XP per level.
When I don't have much to keep me occupied, old thought patterns start to...
Well, now we get to talk to Catherine.
Ad Astra Abyssosque. We meet again, you two.
I really wish I hadn't right now.
Hi, Catherine. Do you have any commissions for us today?
Commissions, huh? Let me think. Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academia's Academic Symposium this afternoon and recite a love poem on stage.
What?
Wait, say what now?
I already said what now? What?
And if possible, please also use your camera to capture the reaction of the audience upon finishing the poem.
Nahida! I swear to God.
What kind of commission is that?
The audience would definitely have a
I
reaction.
see. It appears that you're not interested in this commission. In that case, please go to Port Ormos and convince the Eremites there to spend some time volunteering at the local orphanage.
Why do I get the immediate feeling that Nahida's fucking around and finding out with Catherine right now?
That's not any better.
Yeah. He'll
I'm sure the
go.
mercenaries will have some interesting reactions as well.
Wait a minute. I'm now very confused.
Paimon's gotta ask. Just who exactly has been submitting these commissions to the Adventurers Guild?
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see the two of you in action.
You're not actually Catherine, are you? You're Nahida, right?
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you'd actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans doesn't come by often. Ah, so it's Nahida. Paimon just knew Catherine wouldn't crack those kinds of jokes. When did you get into her head? From when she said, Ad Astra Abyssosque?
Damn, quick.
It's been you this whole time? Are you done resting up, Nahida? Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways, and I even had a really, really long dream.
Like, Akasha can't take away dreams of gods. I mean, it'd be a pretty big pain in the ass.
It was another dream about the Sumeru's festival, except it was a happy one. In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace, and everyone in Sumeru City was holding hands as they danced in circles around me. They danced round and round, and everyone looked really happy. I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, raised me really, really high above the ground, and I was throwing an endless amount of Yalda candies at the children. You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sumeru's festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone gets together to celebrate your birthday. Huh? Wasn't I describing a really happy dream? Why are you both looking at me like that? Wait, could this be an example of the emotion known as pity? No, we aren't pitying you. That would only make everything worse. We just don't want you to feel too sad. By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she doing? The Homiyanis haven't allowed any visitors after the festival, so we haven't been able to check on her. Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. She was resting at the time. Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation of the withering on the human body, we can only cure it by finding a way to take care of Irminsul's own withering. But for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the sages are up to and what they're planning. Right. Who knows what'll happen if they manage to pull off another scheme like the Samsara of the Sub-Zero's festival. So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the sages' activities. As for how we should pull that off, let's discuss it somewhere else. There are too many adventurers around here. Oh, good point. Sorry, adventurers. We're gonna be borrowing Catherine for a little while.
Wait. I swear to God, if this is how the fucking sages, not the sages, but yeah, it would be the sages because the fucking the core 30 are the ones that, you know, attacked. All right, see, expedition. I can't talk to her, god damn it. How about we don't be morbidly obese?
Let's continue our chat here. Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can investigate the sages, Nahida? Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now, I want to hear your thoughts.
Let's see. How do we... See, possessing a key figure in the academia would be probably the easiest way to get information quick, but we wouldn't be able to get a lot of information. Possessing a student and infiltrating the sage's quarters would just get us in trouble. So we would have to grab someone close to the sages and question them, but it's the same situation as the key figure in the academia.
We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about their goals, any rash move could tip them off and lead to terrible consequences. After all, every person in Sumeru City is one of their hostages.
Well, how about possess a key
I've
figure?
already tried that, but all the key members of the academia, even the core 30 guards, intentionally avoid wearing their Akasha terminals. It seems that from
Oh,
the
that's
very
also...
beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Of course, it could also be because they're wary of me. Have you already caught the sage's attention? I'm guessing not yet. But distrusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to the urban legends about me. In any case, I probably can't take over their minds directly.
I swear to God, this is the most likely solution.
No way, that's too risky.
Exactly what I
You
thought.
mean it'd be too easy to get caught? No, it's not that. We shouldn't involve innocent students in this. A single mistake could completely ruin their lives. Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. How is that any different from what the sages are doing? That's a good point. Spoken like the god of Sumeru. Are we really out of ideas? Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right? Don't keep us in suspense. Spill the beans already. According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning session will give more weight to the actual proposal. Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to make us take your ideas seriously. Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, and if I can't get ordinary people involved, then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the sages.
Hmm.
You're saying we should recruit a spy? That does sound like it could work.
It's a similar
Before
theory
giving
to
that,
someone who's
we
close
met
to the
someone named
sages.
Alhaitham. He seems like he acts alone, and he likes doing stuff behind the Academia's back. They probably aren't in cahoots. Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female scholar named Setaria?
Fucking no.
Setaria. Paimon remembers now.
Oh!
Isn't she the one who's always trailing behind the Grand Sage
That's right.
of the Academia? We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero's festival repeated itself. You could even say we're old enemies by now. Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke to Nilu. I've always liked observing all kinds of people, and Setaria has always stood out from the crowd. She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special admission into the Academia,
Huh.
and also gave her the opportunity to serve as the sage's assistant. Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. Paimon feels like most of the desert dwellers around the city are working as mercenaries. The name Setaria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night sky. Later on, she was chosen by the sun. The star was given a place in the daytime sky to complement the sun's dazzling light. Soon after, the star witnessed the sun scorching the earth, which brought forth many disasters. The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be better to return and light up part of the night sky? But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
Huh.
From the sound of it, Setaria's just hung up on the research opportunities here. But she doesn't really support the Academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert, right? She's just running away from her problems. Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people will simply plug their ears and go with the flow until the problem can't be fixed anymore. She's suppressing a lot of guilt, but before she realized it, she had already become the sage's accomplice. She can't deny her part in their schemes anymore.
Guess that's pretty much the person that we need.
Right. We must somehow make her face her problems again. That way, not only can we get useful intel from her, but she can also use it as an opportunity to redeem herself. From my past observations, Setaria will take a day off from the Academia every 10 days to do some shopping in the city. Tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. That'll be our chance. To prepare, let's go check out some of her favorite spots, and to have a quick chat with a few of the vendors there.
Alright. Ah. Damn it. I saw shiny. Wanted shiny.
This should be Setaria's favorite fortune-telling spot. So should we ask the fortune teller about Setaria? No, I already have enough information on Setaria. The most important thing now is for you to pay attention to the vendor's talking style and key characteristics. Talking style and key characteristics?
My poor lost lambs, have you become troubled over your fates? The divine voice of wisdom often echoes between mine ears. If thou be blessed today by the gods, I may be able to show you the way.
Huh?
You're...
Really? Nahida, you've been whispering things to her?
Shh. My friend here has some doubts regarding his future. Can we get a fortune reading for him?
Of course, of course. In that case... It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you. Perhaps, at some time in the past, you have
Ow.
somehow offended the gods.
Happened on a couple occasions.
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Do those count?
Hmm?
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
We'll just go
Health
help.
prospects. No problem at all. Oh. The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed. Your life shall continue on for... many tens of thousands of years? Impossible.
I wonder if Nahida's giving her extra little bits of information because Nahida knows a lot more than the average person.
Harut, Marut, did you two spoil my divination? I've never read a fortune so absurd.
Actually, Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune telling you've ever done.
I admit that the orientation of today's celestial matrix is suboptimal. As such, there will be no charge.
Here's the thing, though. Considering that our sibling has lived for at least 500 years. Now, for the 500 years between when we showed up together to Tevat, right? We showed up together to Tevat 500 years ago, witnessed the calamity. We got basically sent into hibernation for 500 years while our Abyss sibling was kind of sent somewhere else and has spent the last 500 years essentially trying to work up the power of the Abyss and achieve the Abyss's goal of returning Conria to its former glory. But we spent that 500 years sleeping, essentially. And we haven't aged a day, essentially, in how the character looks. So, tens of thousands of years probably is accurate. It's probably a really accurate assumption of how long the Traveler may live. Because concerning 500 years did basically nothing to him and his sister, there's no doubt that 10,000 years
So, well,
easy to
that
achieve.
can't be helped.
If you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on your next visit, perhaps they could help you reverse the wheels of fate.
Is this another one of Sataria's favorite stalls?
Yep, it belongs to a king. His father helped Sataria a lot when she first moved to Sumeru City, so she still comes by whenever she has time. When I start talking with him, listen carefully to the details of our conversation.
Ah, dear customers, would you like to look at some pottery?
We caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like I'm in for some big business.
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret, and I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making much use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you love.
So is your father still working as a mason?
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough Mora over all these years, he's just enjoying the retired life in Port Ormos nowadays.
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in his retirement. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods. We'll leave you to it. Take care now.
No problem. Rest easy, all our goods are sure to meet your every need.
Oh.
This should be our final stop. Cetaria's always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the academia, so she always comes by whenever she's out in the city.
Nahida, you've really thought of everything.
It's my duty to protect Sumeru's citizens, after all.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh? Sorry, I don't quite remember.
If I recall, you were having a discussion with someone about shipbuilding at the time.
Ah, that's right! I've always been really interested in feats of marine engineering. After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. I came to Sumeru to study, but failed to make it into the academia due to my lack of talent. But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars, and I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement. I'm sure I'll get into the academia after their next round of exams.
What an admirable spirit for learning. Amazing.
I recognize her voice, but I can't quite place where it's from.
Sure, but you'll find hardworking people wherever you go.
So this restaurant has a basement as well? Huh. First I've heard of it.
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time, employees use it for breaks or to hold private events.
I see. Guess that makes sense. Well, good luck with your studies, Miss Chishan.
Thank you so much. As long as I can make it into the academia as an official student, I'll be happy.
So, was that everybody?
Mm-hmm. 3 familiar faces should be enough for Cetaria.
What's the point of all the information we've collected? Nahida, you still haven't told us how you're planning to make Cetaria face her problems.
Cetaria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to break through her usual sensibilities. I remember that you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormos are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of the Scarlet King. Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the fate of her homeland may turn out to be Cetaria's soft spot.
Oh, Paimon gets it now! You want to take advantage of the guilt Cetaria feels about her homeland. Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages.
If King Deshret was to criticize Aria's action,
So, how do we set that up?
Well, the Scarlet King is long gone, and Cetaria is also too smart to fall for any simple tricks. If we simply engaged her under the guise of the Scarlet King's believers, she would definitely be weary of us, and we may not get anywhere. But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances to talk with her, her reaction would probably be very different.
So, you mean you're going to possess those people we just talked to?
Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply that they've already converted to the faith of the Scarlet King. And then convey our made-up will of the Scarlet King. As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Cetaria for sure. She'll never guess that we had anything to do with it.
So that's how you're going to use all the info we collected on these people. It's so that you won't slip up and break form. Possessing them will only work if you can manage to pass off as them.
Exactly. So, best of luck with impersonating them.
Huh? Best of luck? But we don't know how to possess anyone.
What?
That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as you're also wearing an Akasha terminal, the effect will basically be as if you've possessed them yourself.
What the fuck?
That is pretty convenient. But why does he have to do this? Can't you do it yourself?
Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating them.
You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious whenever you try to pass as Catherine.
Camera's just not quite in the right position. There we go.
If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people alone. But seeing how things are now, I probably should just accept it and push on.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it. We're only doing this to help everyone, and we'll only be borrowing them for a little while anyway.
Alright, then let's give it a go tomorrow afternoon.
Holy. Can I talk to Catherine now? Fucker! Alright. Well, we won't break our immersion if we quickly head on over to the Adventurers Guild. While I get my expeditions taken care of.
Add at.
Hoping that the Archon Quest won't take too long to get through.
Add as.
We'll also check this one out real quick. Look. I haven't been able to check out the patch notes yet, unfortunately. Let's see what all the major changes are. Just noticed that my CPU utilization isn't, or not my utilization, but the amount that OBS Studio is taking in terms of performance for my CPU isn't really that high. Interesting. Usually it flutters at between like 8 and 12%, I'd say. And it's sitting under that. Alright. Rid of all of those. Okay, fuck off then. You look like you're from Leva? If not Fontaine. Okay. It's just not gonna help me out. Wait until the following afternoon, 12 to 8. Should probably also say this and apologize for the fact that I haven't gotten the reaction video to the demo trailers and character teaser for Sino, and all the 3.1 character and the pretty much all the first half 3.1 characters. I haven't been able to get to at least, like, I've at least recorded, but I haven't gotten to editing the videos yet. Just really haven't been feeling it, so to speak. I'd say I'm getting a little bit of burnout on this game, and it does affect how I work with this channel, so
Feeling alright today?
yeah.
I'll take the chance to try to get some more done than usual. Oh, here she comes. Satori is here.
Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintances, we'll find a safe spot to begin possessing them. As for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust you'll.
We're
know
gonna
what
have to
say.
deal with contemplation again.
Paimon's starting to feel kind of nervous. Okay, let's go. Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find a hiding spot and get started.
Duh.
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and outlook. Are you still listening to me, Nabia?
Oh, of course I'm listening. You were talking about troubles with your love life, right? I heard everything you said.
Okay then. You just seemed a little distracted for a moment there. Strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. Is something wrong? I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again?
Hurt and
Ah,
Mark.
that's right. They are just little darlings, aren't they? Harut and Marut.
So, which fortune do you want me to read for you today? You must have come for another echo of the divine voice of wisdom.
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like I've been a real mess recently.
A mess?
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my current project at work? I really just want to get it over with.
Just fucking
I hear you.
Paimon dipping in and
No
out.
problem at all. The gods will reveal the truth. The gods are asking, Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone home? Do the gods really know everything I've been thinking about?
Sataria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead of a question. Oh, the gods seem to be truly upset.
I'm sorry. I know I failed the gods. Please pass on my most sincere apologies and ask for their divine forgiveness. And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right now?
What?
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is, of course, the wisest and mightiest of all, the Scarlet King.
What?
The Scarlet King? No wonder he would make such a demand of me. Oh, wait a second. The Scarlet King passed away a long time ago. Even though news of the Scarlet King's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can the Scarlet King still exist in real life?
It's a what now? Hold. Huh? The- Holy sh! I don't think we were supposed to know that.
What insolence! I am the Scarlet King's most loyal believer. Do you wish to refute his voice of wisdom?
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has touched even this city. I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry, I must go now.
Wait!
Nope. Oh boy.
Oh, she just ran off in a hurry. She looked pretty upset too.
Well done. Sataria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss. To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core.
Aw, Nahida, it seems like you understand human emotions really well after all.
All I know are some abstract Haravatot theories. And in any case, my time with you has shown a lot of them to be utterly useless. I'm still trying to make sense of everything. Anyway, enough of that. Let's hurry and catch up to Sataria.
He's out of Keem's now, right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away.
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again? Oh, right. Your old man's craft. How could I forget? Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better? Oh, that's good to hear. I have been thinking a lot about him. If I could get some more time off, I'd love to pay him a visit. Actually, while we're talking about him, is he still living in Port Ormos?
Yeah, he's been retired there for a while.
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Please pass on that recently, faith in the Scarlet King has taken root in Port Ormos and has begun to spread across Sumeru. He has a quick temper and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with those Scarlet King believers because of a difference in beliefs.
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of this? The Academia or the Scarlet King? I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray the Scarlet King, and now you spend all your time with those crooks from the Academia.
Akeem, you don't mean you've also become a believer of the Scarlet King?
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this!
You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her. It might feel a bit overwhelming for Sataria, but once everything is over, I'll be sure to pay her a visit to her mind and explain everything. Anyway, let's keep going.
Come on! Sataria's already started talking with
Just jogged there.
So, Shishan, have you noticed anything weird in the city lately? Like, as if someone was trying to preach to you about something?
Oh, right. Speaking of strange things, I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many times that I lost count. That was really weird.
I think Sarah did her voice. That's why it sounds similar. It sounds similar to Lamine's voice. Alright, I think I'm convinced on that part, but no hard truth. There's no hard truth in it yet. But it sounds very similar.
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible. Nothing in the report indicated anything like that.
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks could never deceive all of Sumeru's citizens?
Jishan, don't tell me that you've converted to the Scarlet King as well!
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of the Scarlet King. In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed? You, who works side by side with the Academia, and treated people as nothing more than experimental subjects?
Please, please stop!
She is not having this shit.
Even now, Sataria's still trying to run from her problems.
She can no longer justify everything to herself.
Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards! What should we do?
This is the most important part of all. Quick, get ready.
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message to the Matcha right away. The situation in the city is getting out of control.
Please, try to remain calm, miss. Tell me what's happening in the city.
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their side.
Heretics? What kind of heresy are you talking about?
Oh no. She about to get her. She about to get scared deathly white.
The Scarlet King! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but he's long dead. It's impossible.
Miss Sataria, nothing is impossible.
You know my name?
The Scarlet King is immortal, and all who defy him will one day pay the price. You
Oh,
must face the truth, Sataria. You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp on you will become, and the deeper you will be ensnared. Child of the Scarlet King, never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of the Scarlet King.
Sataria,
oh no.
why haven't you gone home?
It seems that no matter where I run, I only keep finding more believers of the Scarlet King. I have to say, this is a familiar feeling. I've also been running from my guilt this whole time. Guilt over my part in the Sage's plans, and from ignoring the letters from the children of my homeland. But no matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it, my guilt always comes back.
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides, did you really want to conduct your research while carrying such heavy feelings of guilt?
How do you know me so well? Are you truly just a believer of the Scarlet King? Or are you the god himself?
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the academia and its sages, and to correct their mistakes. If you could provide some assistance in this matter, perhaps it could serve as a form of atonement.
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. Your appearance must be a fated opportunity for me to get out of this wretched situation. Please tell me, what can I do for you?
How much do you know about the sage's current activities?
I was just one of the designers for the massed dream harvest scheme, which is what happened around the Sumeru's festival. But I know very little about the full scope of the overall project. I'd assume that only staff with the highest clearance would have access to those confidential documents. I've just been working to meet the Grand Sage's specified requirements. However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city, and even the sages are still quite wary of him.
That's the Tori. That's the Tori. Because he did spend time at the academia. He does have a history at studying at the academia. But he was essentially ostracized from the academia because he was so willing to use humans in his experiments. To use people in his experiments.
To
We're
fight
gonna
against the
meet him
academia,
earlier than
will
we
need to
thought.
figure out the nature and the purpose of their work. Is there a way for us to get access to the confidential documents you mentioned?
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant to the Grand Sage, and I've been working on many tasks outside of the project. One thing, though, I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hands on them. The sages have always closely monitored all activities within the Akasha. Let me see. Let's use the most primitive method. Send someone to pick up the documents tomorrow evening at the Academia entrance.
The Academia entrance. Wouldn't that be too conspicuous?
Don't worry about that. I assure you, this won't be a trap. I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the Academia again. It'll be safest for me to distract the guards long enough to hand you the documents.
All right, I trust you.
So, if I were to successfully complete this task, would it mean I've atoned for my wrongdoings?
That'll depend on the judgment of the Dendro Archon.
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. As the god of wisdom, she's also the one responsible for judging and guiding the scholars. Maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe in.
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to bring Sataria to our side.
The Traveler's execution was ingenious. He's the one who deserves all the praise. Well, now that we've made plans to meet again tomorrow evening, all we can do is pray for Sataria's mission to go off without a hitch.
Pray? But if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we God of wisdom and guardian of the scholars?
No. The truth is the true guardian of scholars. I've always believed that. Anyway, let's meet again tomorrow evening at the Adventurers Guild.
Wait until the following night. I'll probably check this out. Wait. 19 to 24. Alright. Right at 19. How about it? Well, let's do a quick little shameless plug. If you're liking the stream, please hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are finding yourselves coming to the channel frequently or infrequently, whatever. The fact that my shit's showing up in anybody's recommended or in search results, it's pretty surprising considering how well a couple of the recent streams have done. Over 100 views, and we're at 87 subscribers, 88. I don't know. I can't really pay too much attention to it at the moment.
According to today's forest...
No. We don't need you talking at the moment.
Catherine, we're here! Oh,
That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind.
shh! We're on a secret mission tonight, so we need to protect Catherine's identity.
Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that the meetup tonight is just a trap. If something were to happen, my existence may be the only trump card we'll be able to play. After all, the Academia should still be unable to confirm the existence of my consciousness in the outside world.
Yep, exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking.
I somehow doubt that.
Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure to be on our guard.
Speaking of which, don't you feel like something is off?
What do you feel is off?
No.
It's the middle of the night. Of course it's quiet.
No.
You're not getting paranoid, are you?
It's too quiet.
No, I think he's right. It really is a lot quieter than usual. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets.
God damn it.
I'm not sure if this is the case for the entire city, though.
Huh. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe
A little
Sataria figured out a way
coinkadink.
to not only distract the guards, but also to get everyone to go to sleep early, just so we can exchange the
That's a
documents
little
and
bit
papers.
too optimistic,
I
Paimon.
also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off. But now that we're here, let's go ahead and meet her as we planned.
Well, regardless, as long as you're here with us, Paimon feels a
It's
little
a trap. Oh. I think it just figured out why the voice sounds different in the trailer.
Huh.
No.
There really aren't many people out right now. Let's hope it'll be this quiet in front of the Academia, and that Sataria managed to distract all the guards.
Dude, it is actually so eerie. Like, not even the blacksmith is out. Like, you have just a couple of people here and there. But this is so eerie.
I don't get it.
Like, I gotta hand it to the devs over at Genshin Impact, or at least the storytellers, is kind of probably holding firm on, you know, changing some of the things, because you wouldn't expect to have some of the NPCs like, you know, like the blacksmith to be gone, but most of the NPCs just bar from a couple of them, gone. Cutscene.
What are all these people doing here at this hour of the night?
Ah, the triumphant hero returns at last. And to a rather spectacular welcome.
Yo!
Say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the Academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor.
Oh, the second?
If you're looking for your
He's
research
rank
friend,
number
she has already
2?
been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
Holy shit!
The people of Sumeru City! What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
No, what should we do? These are all just regular people.
Leave now. You need to get out of here.
But that guy's a Fatui Harbinger. We can't just leave you here.
Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru.
Oh my god! Sleep.
Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
Oh my god.
This should be far enough. Paimon needs to catch her breath first.
No kidding. He's number 2. People were estimating him to be about 4 or 5 in the pecking order. There's only one dude that's stronger than him. There's only one person that's number 1, and that's Piero. How the fuck is he number 2? So, hold up. I need to get some information. No. One moment. I gotta confirm a couple of things. We're gonna use Child's voice lines to help confirm it, to see where everybody's at. Because do believe, like, I don't know. You need Tartaglia. Voiceovers. Damn's left. Okay, so Columbina is ranked number 3. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling stuff for you, Christina. I don't know how long I'm going to be playing. I am so fucking surprised right now. Like, everybody was expecting Capitano to be number 2. because of his fighting prowess. But no, apparently Dotori and all of his fucking mitosis clones are enough to make him number 2 and kicks Capitano to number 4 into the number 4 seat. So then that would probably set Arlecchino into 5. Number 7 would be Pulcinella or Pantalon. Skirmish is 6. We've met him before. We know exactly where he is. Number 9 would be probably Marionette. Number 10 would be Pulcinella. Marionette's number 10? There's nothing confirming it. I mean, it could flip between Pulcinella and Marionette. Oh, all right. My breath has been caught.
Is Nahida going to be okay? We only made it out because of her.
Sure, that guy was pretty terrifying. No fucking shit. That is terrifying to see Dottore at number 2.
Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new Harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one. That guy was
Like,
number 2.
seriously,
So
if
scary.
Dottore, right? If Dottore is number 2, people were thinking Capitano's number 2. That means Colombina is like a higher rank than Capitano, and it is frightening to say the least to try and theorize just how strong Colombina is, because she scares the shit out of Tartaglia. Oh god, I need a drink.
He called himself the Doctor. Remember, Tainari told us about him. Sataria did say that someone who once got expelled from the Academia came back recently. And that even the sages are wary of him. Yep, sounds like she must have been talking about the Doctor.
We underestimated the scale of this problem. No fucking shit, Ether.
Now that the Doctor's in the picture, we're no longer just dealing with the Academia. They're in cahoots with the Fatui.
I was saying this back in the release
Another Gnosis?
of 3.0.
Yeah, things would be a lot easier with Nahida's help. Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city. But we can't just keep waiting around, right?
Gotta start our own investigation.
You mean... Oh, right! Wasn't he invited by the sages to work on some project when we were staying with him in the Vidia Forest? That has to be the same project. Even though he turned it down at the time, he might still know something. There's no time to lose. Let's go to Gandharvaville.
That could be dangerous. Holy. Like, what? Like, I'm not reacting simply to just fucking react right now. This is literally me being flabbergasted. Like, it's not necessarily the involvement of Dottore, because it was obvious that he was going to be involved with this story. With so many direct ties to Sumeru, he would have had a large presence in Sumeru's story. In the nature of his work, like... Damn it. Oh, boy. Genuinely fucking terrified at the moment. So what happens to Nahid Atherin, whatever the I'm sorry, I just had to.
Hold it right there. A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you, all right. Take a look around. You've fallen right into our trap.
What
Are
trap?
you mercenaries from the Corps of 30? Did you come here to arrest us?
Corps of 30? We're nothing like those government lapdogs who don't even get scraps for their work. We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of Sumeru. We're here on the orders of a client known only as the Outcast.
The outcast? An outcast from the academia?
Sounds like the
Why
doctor.
wouldn't the doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Local mercenaries might have an edge over the Fatui. Yeah, here in Sumeru, they're a little bit more local. They're a little bit more trusted.
Still wasting time on idle chit-chat. We'll shut you up soon enough. Get them!
You're up, traveler!
There is no escape.
Rest and rebuild!
My frames.
No, my sword.
Fallen Amber!
Torn to oblivion.
My frames.
Here comes reinforcements!
Shine down.
Sounds like they updated the sound effects a little bit more.
Pretty rough. Is that what elite mercenaries are like?
Probably won't be long before we see more of them.
Yeah, looks like we'll have to keep our guards up. But this doctor guy seems like a pretty tough opponent. He knew exactly where to set up an ambush. Did he predict that we would try to find Tainari? Going up against smart people is tough. Anyway, let's keep going.
A little dumb to keep trying to go for it, especially with Kale. This is not good. In fact, this is very bad. Kale, get out of here. You are actively in danger. Get out of here. Go to Mondstadt, please. Go find Amber. Please get to safety.
It's the traveler and Paimon. What are you two doing back here?
Unfortunately, it's a
It's nice to
bad
see you
time.
again. Are you doing alright?
To be honest, I'm not doing too well. My Elazar has been progressing at a faster rate lately. I'm finding it harder to complete more intricate tasks. As a result, Master Tainari is taking me off the patrol schedule. He will only allow me to stay here and coordinate other people's tasks.
Oh, Kale. Speaking of Tainari, did he go off on patrol? We're here to talk to him.
Oh, Master Tainari? He just left the Avidia Forest a little while ago. He was headed to Party's DI.
Really, Christina?
He left? Isn't Tainari always saying that he never wants to leave the Avidia Forest? He even turned down the sage's invitation.
My sister in the same fucking room as me right now. As she says, no, they're not. Yeah, bullshit. Fucking comes in here and copies Sonic and Chris. Oh, God.
I thought it was weird too. Master Tainari always prioritizes his work as a forest watcher above everything. He almost never leaves his post. He left in a hurry this time, though. No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. He also made sure to delegate all his tasks using a schedule. To leave in such a hurry? I'd guess he had something urgent to take care of.
Very. He's probably caught a little bit of wind of the fact that Dotori's here, and he knows of the involvement he has in the... Like, oh my god.
Master Tainari originally studied in the Amorta Darshan of the Academia.
and Pardis DI is something like the Amorta's research base. Many rare shrubs and grasses have been planted there for research. I know that before he became a forest watcher, Master Tainari once spent a long time conducting research at Pardis DI. A research base, huh? Gotta wonder what kind of research Tainari just decided to work on all of a sudden. Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Pardis DI.
He's probably trying to hide the fucking ruin sentinel machine, whatever the fuck.
Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm used to living with Elazar by now. Got it.
Yeah, whatever. We need to get through this. Just please find your way to Mondstadt. Okay. Oh, there's a new boss fight area I didn't even see till just now. Like, I didn't even know that it'd be located all the way over here. New one's probably around here. Or, like, here. I don't know. I'd have to teleport here and look exactly where the cube is, because it's probably going to be somewhere near the cube. Or, not cube, but, pyramid thing, whatever.
Wait! Look who it is! Thank goodness you're okay. We were so worried about you. Hey, this was supposed to be a touching reunion, but you're ruining the moment.
We have to stay
Actually,
grounded.
It's very smart of the traveler to be wary of me right now. After all, the doctor has shown that his technology can apparently even control human minds. Plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up and I was facing the doctor by myself. Even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm can occasionally pass as a patch of sky.
Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure analogy.
Huh? But I wasn't trying to win your trust or anything. All I wanted was to clarify my point.
Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us more about what happened. Are those poor people all right?
When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the doctor mentioned depositing information into the subconscious, he didn't mean engraving information into their minds. Instead, he did something closer to creating hallucinations. That was still within my power to fix. Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him just as he was about to capture me.
Whew. What a relief. The doctor sure pulled out some hidden cards, but good thing we had Nahida with us.
I wouldn't be relieved just yet. I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds, which means we've lost another one of our trump cards. Also, the doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha terminals. Maybe it's only a matter of time until he captures my consciousness inside the Akasha.
Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then how do we stop him? He's still at the Academia, so it's possible he already started messing with the Akasha. Ugh, it feels like he's toying with us. What a nasty piece of work. Plus, the doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make him worthy of being number 2 of the Fatui.
We shouldn't give up hope just yet. Let's try to find another way to attack this problem.
Actually, Nahida, how did you know we were trying to get to Pardis DI? Have you been waiting for us?
Yes, I have. I can see the traveler's elemental energy, so I deduced your destination by looking at the direction you were moving in. You didn't come here for sightseeing, right? Did you find any leads?
We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tainari, and the sages once tried to reach out to him. Why don't you come inside with us and see what we can find?
Okay, let's just hope we won't get him into trouble.
He's already on a bit of a watch list, I assume. All right. First of all, I gotta look around. The Core 30 really don't have any control here. They're almost exclusive to the Academia and Sumeru City. Asia, hey. See how she's doing.
Traveler? It is you!
Ah, the voice! It's Hypatia!
Ah, what a pleasant surprise! It's so nice to see the two of you again.
Who's this?
She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she was still training in the... what's it called? Satyavada life?
Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just the right time. Ever since I've come here, hardly anyone has even talked to me.
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Actually, for you to leave the Avidia Forest means... you're not in training anymore? Wait, no. Did you already finish your training and reach Pariporna life?
What do you think?
It
My
seems like yes.
consciousness has already managed to make contact with the divine.
You did it! Congratulations!
Nahida senses something off.
It's so exhilarating to share this sublime joy with others at long last. When my consciousness made contact with the gods. Ah, what a supreme and unparalleled experience that was.
That sounds incredible!
Oh, all right. Actually, please wait. I haven't forgotten my promise to you. Remember? I promised to help you understand what you saw from Irminsul once I gained deeper insights. My current self has not only gained true insight, but I can even help you establish a direct connection to the consciousness of the divine.
I call bullshit.
You can do that?
I've never heard of anything like that, but if you want to give it a try, I'll do my best to protect your consciousness during the process.
Hold on. I brought some spirit borneal with me. This is still a crucial part of the ceremony.
Like, I'm already kind of suspicious at the moment.
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help you establish a pathway to connect your consciousness.
Okay.
Ready?
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My fury will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother. Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human. My family. My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounce the world and laugh in its face.
Fuck.
My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty. A
blank slate and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
What?
What was that?
Neither the Greater Lord's consciousness nor King Deshret's consciousness.
Did we actually just see the Balladeer's memories? Everything matches what we know about him.
Yes!
But how is he connected to the divine consciousness that Hypatia was talking about?
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such a majestic god! Such a noble will! Such sublime emotion! Alas, shame. If only that which beats within my chest wasn't a filthy mortal heart. Oh, great and merciful God! Please grant me forgiveness and salvation!
He's literally in the process to become a new Archon. Because, like, technically, 3 out of the 4 seats are still open. And 1 is in the air. It's, like, 3 out of the 7 seats are open. 1 is in the air. And we don't know what 2 of them are like. And the 4th, in the last one, is just, oh, well, she's got the one hell of an iron grip on her country. What the fuck? Genshin theorists, you have been given a lot so far in this 1.5 hours of gameplay.
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no Peripurna life, but rather...
You! Why are you so mean to me? Why is everyone hiding from me? I found divine wisdom. Shouldn't I receive praise and honor? Haven't I uncovered that light in the darkness?
Hypatia?
That's how I always thought everything should be. Wait, have I already lost my mind?
Wait, something isn't right.
There's nobody. The second cutscene in a single Archon quest. Her physical body just woke up.
Oh, the Traveler's back?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure right before the Catherine puppet was destroyed. After that, Kainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here.
This time she didn't just transfer her mind into my body. Our mind swapped. No! We just fell into his hands. We just fell straight into Scaramouche's hands. He got exactly what he was looking for. Just now. Okay. Let's just trace this connection that was just made. Alright, let's think of the information that we got just from connecting with Hypatia to whatever Irminsul bullshit that was. Because that wasn't Irminsul. That was a vision / hallucination about Scaramouche's memories. That wasn't just the Irminsul. That was Scaramouche. So that connection then gets transferred from, let's say, the Irminsul. We're going to use the Irminsul as the base. It transfers from the Irminsul to Hypatia, a person that the Traveler already knows. Already, it wouldn't be hard to probably find that we have had some sort of connection to Hypatia. Right? That we've at least known Hypatia and are looking for her success. Looking toward her success. So we half-heartedly believed her, but we still needed to see what she was talking about herself when she said that she's finally succeeded. So during that connection, say Scaramouche's consciousness was essentially swapped, transferred over to the Traveler, right? So now they were just waiting to play the cards just right. The Academia sends in orders immediately after observing the Traveler make a connection to their Irminsul, basically obtain the connection and the consciousness of what do you call it? The consciousness of Skara. And now we've become the host. So after we've become the host, right? Academia sends in their core 30, traps us. And they knew that they didn't need to attack us, but instead Nahida. To force Nahida into the situation to where she has to transfer her consciousness to someone else. Well, when she transferred it to Ether, she did a full swap. So Ether's consciousness was placed in Nahida's physical body in the Sanctuary of Sarasthana, giving Scaramouche the exact location of where Nahida is. Of where the Dendronosis is, essentially. That was the biggest gamble, and it may have just fallen into Scaramouche's hands. We are fucked. The second she did just transfer her mind into my body, our mind swapped places.
You swapped places? You mean your consciousness also went into Nahida's body? Wait, then where is Nahida's consciousness? Where is she now?
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not seen it with my own eyes, I would have never believed it. I don't think this can be achieved with current human technology. Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me to pass on a message. She said, "The doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness, so I can't journey with you anymore. But even in a moonless night,
Damn.
a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies."
Oh no! Hida's trapped in the sanctuary of Suristhana for good this time. Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague.
It's in a code that only we know. We can't let the doctor figure out what we're up to.
Oh, that makes sense. Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able to say anything without him knowing. She's being extra careful. Even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies. Huh. Paimon knows the moon illusions and lies are from that alchemical divination at the Sub-Zero's festival.
Okay, we're gonna go into a bit of a recap here with Paimon. And that'll give me the perfect opportunity to take a pause break right here. And, yeah, we'll be back momentarily. All right. I'm not even monetized. Most it'll be is like age restriction, but even just saying a word won't necessarily fuck it over. Yeah. But best not we don't repeat it.
Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria.
The moon refers to Nihida. The starlight refers to the people of the desert. Illusions and lies refer.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Huh. Do you think Nahida was telling us to go find help in the desert? But she isn't with us anymore. Think we'll be okay?
Paimon, you said Sanctuary of Suristhana. Does this mean that this Nahida you're talking about, the consciousness who was occupying the traveler's body, is the Dendro Archon?
Fucking Tainari is amazed.
The situation's a bit complicated, so it's really hard for us
Like,
to explain right now.
He's just... Wait a minute. To my knowledge, having any direct contact with the Dendro Archon is very rare, even in the academia. You're telling me that you, as a traveler from the outside, has direct contact with the Dendro Archon, and we're just like, yup.
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. As for the complicated nature of the situation, safe to say I have witnessed that for myself. I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon's also on your side, so I trust you.
Thank you, Tainari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question. What do you know about the project that the sages have been working on?
Ah, that. While I was indeed invited to join that project, the sages were always secretive about its scope and goals, so I eventually declined. All I know is that that project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
I think I know what the project is about. I just received some intel.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body?
The Academia is turning the Balladeer into a god.
What?
Do you have any evidence?
An ascent god and so-called divine.
So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from those of the other scholars who went mad. It's because she made contact with the consciousness of a new god who is still in the process of being born.
Tighnari, did you leave the Avidia Forest because of Hypatia?
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather atypical, I secretly took her to Pardes Dii and began searching for a way to return her to her normal self. If I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the Matra to the desert, doomed to a life of exile at Aru village. Now that you mention it, I knew the Academia has never thought particularly highly of Lesser Lord Kusanali, but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. Looks like I made the right decision by not accepting their invitation.
Two is behind some of this. May have fanned the flames.
The Doctor and the Balladeer. We have 2 Fatui Harbingers in Sumeru. Sounds like we're in for a bad time.
No kidding. Okay, I turned on a fan that I shouldn't have turned on. Be right back. Alright. Felt like my room was getting a little bit on the warm side, so I turned on the fan in my window to the high setting and just made it really cold. Excuse me. Alright.
From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. There may still be room for us to intervene. But then, what is the connection between creating a new god and restoring Irminsul?
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere
I don't
close
think
to
they're
figuring
trying
out
to
the
restore
sage's
Irminsul.
goals. Right. We've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should head out. How about you, Tighnari? What are you going to do?
I'll stay here for now. I still want to try a few more things to help Hypatia. If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for Caravan Rabat. That'll be your fastest route. Come find me here if there's anything else I can do to help. May the spirit of wisdom go with you.
Thanks, Tighnari. Hopefully Hypatia will feel better soon. We're off then.
We're still not out of Act 1. Be viewed as a savior of the world by the citizens controlled by the Totori. Skirmishes past are connected to the divine consciousness. Oh, piss off! What's this special event? Okay, we'll check that out later. It's not gonna go away. Alright. Off to Caravan Rabat. I'm hoping to do as much of this as possible tonight. Like, at least get through Act 1, of course. But it would be nice to get through both acts and have one large video for the playthrough. I did come here before, of course, to grab the... waypoint, and now we're back again. I see something distance. Let's see, where's that located? Right by the edge of a cliff. So it would be safe to say that it's probably around here. We'll just do that.
We finally made it to Caravan Rebot. It's pretty lively here.
Looks like it's right next to the path.
Just past this wall is the desert, huh? Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine work of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, right?
We're gonna run into Nahida, or
Enough
Nahida,
gawking.
but
Come on, follow me.
I'll hate them. We're gonna run into Dia here. I was not expecting Al Hatham. At least not here. Maybe in Aru Village, but not here.
Over here.
Hatham went that way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
Apparently a fucking mission. Oh. Eremites.
What the? Where did he go?
Alright. Time to go a little bit more incognito. In other words, it gotta be a little bit quieter.
How did we lose them? They were just here a second ago.
More Eremite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time?
Probably the
Anyway,
doctor.
Traveler, it seems like we were being followed again.
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago.
Alright.
There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the academia.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Al Hatham. We never thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia? Wait, don't tell Paimon that you're here to take us back on their orders.
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the academia's hit list. I can't say that I didn't expect it. However, had I wished to turn you over to the academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored guests by now?
Oh, right. You do have a point.
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy. And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can offer.
Oh, just as I'm fucking wiping off my mouse a little.
Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be. Which brings me back to you, and why you're so interesting. The leader of Ainul Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge Capsule right in front of you, and upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me?
Al Hatham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices or remembers stuff like that?
Situation was a little complicated. I can't share what I know yet.
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the academia after all. So considering that, it is indeed wise to keep your cards close to your chest. But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Am I right? No matter.
Unfortunately, yes.
Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
That's right! We have the same plan as you! But we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and intel than anywhere else. Well, would you like to head there together?
It's always better to travel with someone you know. Let's go!
Alright. Oh. Back to traditional travel. We finally get to go into the desert. Why, hello there. You not take me to arbitrary places, please and thank you. Game's been a little framey, so I apologize if that is negatively affecting your guys' experience. Did not mean to do that. But I guess it's not a total loss. There's a chest over here. I'll check that out later. I'm not gonna bother with actively going for chests, just ones that I can easily grab along the way.
But a momentary distraction.
We're not even gonna bother with those guys. Scorpions. What do you drop? You drop meat. For whatever reason. Yeah, dung beetle. Refugee shelters. Let's just grab this. Wow. I have the sands. Jew Road. Worship the statue at all? Nope. Alright. Let's say hi to the locals.
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Let's go check it out!
Damn! Already straight into this. Holy.
Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Oh, Haytham. Do not think you can escape my judgment just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me.
You are sorely mistaken, mister. You'd have to be on par with a god.
Though styled
In terms of
like
power.
an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Who is that, Alhaitham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes.
Damn.
General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Alhaitham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
I don't trust him as much as you seem to think, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stand by and do nothing.
Has Alhaitham done something wrong? Paimon doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Alhaitham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
Oh, we've seen through
I
him.
should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two? Ugh. What you would do, traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them.
Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-aware.
In comes Dia.
Great! Finally, someone that we can trust! You gotta help us out here, otherwise these two are gonna start fighting again!
Yeah, sure looks that way. 2 giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village? It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skull until you finally learn to respect these grounds.
She's not playing any games. Neither of them can afford to be distracted by Dia. They're still looking for an opportunity to attack.
Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong! Is this a sandstorm? Paimon's gonna get blown away!
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Oh!
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take cover!
Someone's calling for us! Oh, this wind is too strong! Let's get over there!
That sounded like Candace.
Come on, you two.
Candace Dick
Jeez, are all of
Freedom.
you academia folks such hard work? Move it!
All right, stop yelling.
Sorry, I just had to take advantage of the joke. Alright. That'll be the only time, though. Damn. Already, we're getting some heavy hitter type characters showing up in the story. Oh, I'm inside a building. He is not having any bullshit right now. There's Alhaitham. But he at least is trying to act cordial. I don't know if that's the right term.
Well, this is pretty awkward. Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun.
Oh god, I gotta be quiet. That's fucking hilarious.
The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru village.
Our savior has come at last. Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
Face and for making a title sequence again. Sorry.
All right.
Gonna be too many
Now that
fucking
we're all
jokes to
better
make.
acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started. And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us. So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another, and put your hostile feelings to rest. If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's character.
You don't take no bullshit. I don't think anybody's taking any bullshit, particularly Dia and Candace. Because Sino and Alhaitham are not thinking about what they are saying at all. They're more worried about when's the next opportunity that I can struggle this I can strangle this motherfucker. Oh god.
And that goes for
Oh,
you
God.
too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Alhaitham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Huh? Exile yourself?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself. I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request. but I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us."
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today.
So it seems that Sino is still kind of thinking of Alhaitham to be, Alhaitham seems to be pretty high in ranking inside of the academia, and it wouldn't be surprising for Alhaitham to know some details about the project that's happening, but it's still in the dark for Alhaitham, and Sino doesn't really know that very well. How Alhaitham could have been a victim along with everybody else in the academia, aside from, the sages.
I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary.
Delturo trust him completely.
Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see Alhaitham as a target?
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Alhaitham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Alhaitham?
Ah.
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
They just were watching me from the very beginning.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the Traveler.
Ah.
Alhaitham?
He's withholding
After all,
information from us,
the
but he's
promised
not
reward
exactly
was so
blatantly
great
lying
that
to us.
hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward? So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the Divine Knowledge Capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
Wow.
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
Enough to prove his innocence. Probably. Like, Alhatham's pretty smart, so he'd probably try and do stuff to garner our attention.
That's true. Alhaitham helped us out at Caravan Rebot as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's worth anything to you. I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied. After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Alhaitham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion.
So, I wonder what, how high of a rank Scribe is. Because Sage, Grand Sage, they're like the top 2 ranks. That's easy to see. So I wonder how high Scribe is. Because with how Sino is addressing Alhaitham using Scribe as if it were a title, it leads me to believe that it's a rank inside of the academia. So I wonder how high that ranking is. It's, I would say, 2 tiers below Sage. Not necessarily, right below Sage, but it's that next tier down. There's probably one more level between Scribe and Sage to complete that part.
Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings. And now you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spilled. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aru Village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here. But then I saw these 2 random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, Dia.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
They're friends. What?
Whoa! What was that sound?
No kidding.
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
Alright. We'll take another quick break here. Get water and do a bio break. So I will be back momentarily. My sister just casually says, "Don't worry, I blew up right in Shogun." What? Welcome to Con. What?
Creatures? In the sandstorm? Are you sure you don't want some backup?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage. You needn't worry.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
Oh wow, on Skadios. What the fuck, Sonic? We're gonna go hog wild on Skadios. I knew that you were saying SpaghettiOs. That's why I just went with it. What? What? Why? Why are you like this? Oh, I forgot to do the fucking thing for the, what do you call it? The extension. There we go. Chris mentioned it here a while back, and I still haven't done it. Anyways, back to the regularly scheduled program.
The winds died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right?
What do you mean, big idea moment? I'm now genuinely curious. Trust. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. Do I need to head on over to the fucking VC and see what the fuck y'all are doing? No. The fuck are you doing?
Okay, so.
All right, so.
Okay, so basically.
Explain yourself, peasants.
So basically.
So basically, Discord update.
Discord update, yeah.
He'll be back.
I just noticed. I don't have my notifications turned on Discord to indicate that people are joining or leaving, whatever. The fuck are you guys talking about?
So big idea.
So we're planning on building a PC inside of a desk.
Okay.
And part of that idea is having motors raise and lower the desk, which me and Sonic have no expertise in.
True.
But you know who does have expertise
So
with motors?
you need a standing desk frame.
No. Well, we have the frame.
We need you to work out the mechanism for raising and lowering the desk. I'll be focusing on the PC built inside of the desk. Chris will be focusing on the desk itself. And we need you to figure out how to raise and lower the desk.
You need a standing desk frame. Because I don't exactly know how to work with stepper motors or possibly solenoids in that instance.
Well
but primarily stepper motors.
We're all going out of our comfort zone in this, so you're gonna go out of it too.
I'm not. I know how to build a computer.
But you've never built one in a desk before and like configured it.
True, and I've never done a custom water cooling loop like it would need.
True, so you're going out of your comfort zone. You've never done it.
Only slightly.
I've never like I've done construction before. I've done construction with my dad, but I've never built a custom desk like this. So Outlaw, you've never built any motors or such, so that's your job.
I would just grab a fucking pre-assembled frame and just
No.
bolt it onto the bottom of it.
No, because that's taking the cheap way out.
That's taking the smart way out. I'm
Coward's
not
way.
smart.
It's the coward way. Well, you'll figure it out. We all have
Oh,
YouTube.
God. We all have YouTube. Oh, well, whatever. I'm gonna go back to doing my fucking live stream.
Okay.
You didn't even hear our we
We've
were
been talking
in here.
about this for the past 2 hours.
I've already got the idea of what you're going
We're having
for.
a fever dream.
A small PC, you know, either you could use a giant motherboard or whatever.
It's not small.
Whatever, you can use a massive motherboard.
It's
Don't
not
give a
small.
damn. You put it inside of a desk, right? That would require a full custom liquid cool loop, all hardline, because softline tubing would be a pain in the ass to deal with. And then
Oh, he has the opposite idea of you. See, Sonic thought the hardline tubing would be a pain in the ass to deal with.
Yeah, the hardline tubing would make it a pain in the ass to get in and upgrade any of the components.
I mean, true, but if you make a desk so fucking good, you ain't bothering to fucking upgrade any of the components in, like, years.
True. Yeah,
Plus,
no,
you'd want it to be a little bit more on the solid side.
Honestly,
And
like
I've already got like an idea of how that would just pan out.
Oh no, trust me, we have ideas.
I'm flying.
Anyways, I have to fuck. Oh, and you all want this desk on a standing desk frame.
Oh yeah, we're building that too. Oh, I'm building it. You're just doing the motor shit.
You need me to build the frame.
Yes.
Technically, we just needed you to build the legs.
That's part of the frame.
Yeah, which I'm building the frame.
I think it could be as simple as working out 4 small hydraulic systems.
Oh yeah.
Hydraulics would be very expensive at the level that we're looking at.
This is going to be an expensive project.
Oh,
That's why I say stepper motors, because you can get some very powerful stepper motors to do the job and not be as expensive as a hydraulic setup and be way more accurate.
So Outlaw, you're gonna learn how to do stepper motors now.
Fuck you. No, I'm not. Peace out. Oh, of course. They had to have some antics for me. I'm gonna come right back to my stream and go hog wild in the comments. It's Aya's birthday. Back to your regularly scheduled program.
Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright? Maybe we should go out and check on her.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. All right, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
Womp. I just decided to check what my notifications and whatnot on Discord were. And we got an Ayaka birthday. Let's go. Let's take a look around. Admire this interior. No. In fact, I should change that for the time being. Alright. Oh, crap. There's some quests nearby. Our village night theme. Is that on top of the thing? No, it's all the way up there. Well, I can't aim that high. We're not gonna bother with anything. Yeah, just gonna ignore those. Ah, that's what I heard.
Oh, Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the entire time?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm had stopped.
Ah, here comes another wave!
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my anger out on.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the Flame Mane in action. I'll leave these to you then.
I'll be sure to put
Please give us something.
Let's go!
Cutscene impact. Oh, what the fuck?
There is no escape! Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power of Gugwa.
Go! Price this off the side! Here comes another wave! When are they ever gonna let up?
Illusion shattered! Rain outlines your fate.
There we go.
The creatures stopped appearing. Was that the last of them?
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children. I am the chief of Aru village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural phenomena are related to the withering of Irminsul.
Another effect of Irminsul's withering. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aru village needs to take good care of themselves. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keeper? Who are they? Village guards like Candace?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru village refers to mad scholars exiled here by the academia. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia forest. The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the desert. Though if you ask me, it's all a boatload of nonsense.
I also brought this up. Also nearly exiled to the desert. Yeah.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village keepers have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace. But no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days, I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye out for them.
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins?
Oh my lord.
I'm fascinated by how you think.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations. Thank you for your help.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, now this! We need to help get them back home, safe and sound. But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far.
Ow. I would say they did a pretty good job with at least the sky environment. Kind of reminds me of during the 2.8 event, Mona's Island. Kind of how like the entire sky reminds me of right now.
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation?
As a village
One of my
keepers.
former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The Academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down. Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that. Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt. After that, the people of Aru Village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
A soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru Village? What do you make of it, Traveler?
When Nahida's power, only she could be capable of that.
Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Sino, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru Village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the Academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Oh, no wonder! calmed down, it was probably Nahida who calmed them.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do. So,
Yeah.
what do you make of the story? Really? Lesser Lord Kusanali.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the Mad Scholars.
It's not necessarily he doesn't believe you, but more of it's hard to believe that, but it's not outside the realm of possibility. You know?
No.
More surprised.
It's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon. Is she really active in Sumeru? The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, she might as well have been a god that never existed.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise. Even if she says weird stuff sometimes.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth.
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar. You two really must have met Lesser Lord Kusanali. How can this be? To think, our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Among us. Oh.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this investigation.
But we aren't going to explain any more to him.
But easier said than done, especially since we don't have any leads. Maybe we can start by knocking on some doors.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
Huh? Who are you?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my grandpa, right?
Not quite.
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad person or anything.
I think it's more of he's trying to stay to the truth and use pretty much the label that is best suited until he gets proper information.
The person you're referring to is not a local, yet you are. Why do you call him Grandpa?
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my family. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with you. I want to find my grandpa. I swear I'll help. I won't be a nuisance.
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was, but I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor any ill intent.
Whoa. Ethan wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Sino, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to help him.
Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest. If you don't believe me, you can ask Miss Candace.
All right. But first, let's confirm the facts with Candace.
Body in my...
Womp. Alright, from looking at the time and whatnot, I'm gonna get through all the way until we get through this third act and call call it there. I will also be...
Sino is super vigilant. Is this
Hold
what
on.
all the Matra are like?
Alright. Yeah, I'll be calling it quits after this act of the quest is done. And we will continue tomorrow. To finish Act 4. So, I'll be updating the title later tonight after I'm done with the stream.
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew this would happen?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping outside the window. He really wants to get his grandfather back. Isak's parents were both Eremite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city. He was raised by his grandfather. Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still very young at the time, so various families in the village took turns caring for him so he could survive. Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather, and thus often spied on the man. However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, he was afraid and didn't dare to approach him. One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed Isak hiding in the distance. So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars, and accompanied Isak until he fell asleep. The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again, only to realize his grandpa no longer recognized him. However, even so, Grandpa retained his calm expression. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in his own world, almost as if he were sleepwalking. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace, and would follow him all the time, asking him things like, "Grandpa, want me to take you somewhere fun?" Or, "Grandpa, could you tell me stories about the stars again?"
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad. It seems like they both deserve so much better.
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or regret. But even so, we must still continue on with our lives. It's also my reason for fighting. I must continue to protect this land.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
Huh? What did you say, Sino?
No.
Interesting.
Nothing. As long as Isak keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can take him along.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my thanks on Isak's behalf, Sino.
We're going into another situation again.
Hey, Isak! Oh, it's you guys! We've cleared everything up. Let's go find your grandpa.
Really? Wow!
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Alright. Let's ask the local residents some questions first.
And there we go. Alright. The missing village key. Alright. Well, we'll get to this quest later. I'm probably going to spend tonight, the latter half of tonight, opening up the map a little bit more, getting some more waypoints. But I won't be progressing any more of the story until tomorrow afternoon. Probably won't start until 5 Pacific time. Is that good? 5? 5 good tomorrow? So I won't be getting back to starting until around 5:30 Pacific time.
Inactivity serves no purpose.
Shut up. We'll just walk around. But 5 o'clock Pacific time is about the time I'll start. Maybe a little bit later, but I won't really know until I get to that point in the day. And we'll be doing the 4th act of the Archon Quest. As I said earlier, as I said a little bit ago, I'm going to be updating the title to reflect on what was done in the stream a little bit more, because I don't know if I was going to be able to get through both acts of the Archon Quest or just through one, but it seems that one is enough for now. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content from my channel. I really do appreciate it. And also consider subscribing if you found yourself coming back on the regular, or seeing videos pop up more frequently. While you're at the subscriber button, while you're subscribing, you can also hit that notification bell. That way you guys get notified every time I upload or go live. And yeah. Down in the description below, you'll find links to my buddies' channels, NGG Sonic and NGG Crispy. Without them, none of this would really be possible. Please go send them your support of me by, sending support towards them, and I really would appreciate it. I'm pretty sure my friends would appreciate it. And if you're wondering what they're like as people, pretty much just look at the at the live chat replay. We're just a few friends that like to banter around and have a good time. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.